So for my tech club, I was placed at Hawthorne Elementary School in downtown Bozeman. Going into the school, the after-school program seemed very unorganized. The kids ate, then there were many different activities they did. When it was nice out, they usually played outside. But the Hawks after-school program took place in the basement, and it was very dark and gloomy. Not the best place for an after-school, I would say. We never really got to pick the ages of children who attended the club. The coordinator would yell, "Tech Club," and whoever responded could come. We would tell her ahead of time our plans, and she would still send us children that were not able to perform the tasks we were asking, and it made our lessons very difficult. Some of the activities we did were Toontastic, Nitrotype, Kahoot, and Cellophane flashlights. First, Toontastic we did over a 2-week period, and it's an application that allows students to create their own cartoons. They could pick settings, characters, and what type of story they want. They could also record their voice. Next, we did Nitrotype. It's an online typing game that races cars based on the speed the student types. They could collect cash and purchase new cars to race with. Then we did a Kahoot. It would show many different pictures to the children, and the children had to remember the pictures. Then they were shown a different slide that asked them a question based off the photo they saw. Lastly, we did cellophane paper to cover flashlights, turning the lights off and having the children do a puppet show. We gave them very specific criteria to include in their show, like a beginning, middle, and end, a main character, a secondary character, and a problem that took place. During our visits, we had some behavioral issues with a boy named William. He was very sweet, but not able to follow directions or sit and let us explain the activities to him. Eventually, he was sent up with a parent so that she could help and we could continue our lessons. The children did not have the best attention span, so it was difficult to keep them engaged in activities. Having different ages and being in a different location also made it difficult. Some of the successes we had were when the children would start the lessons, they'd be very engaged and they loved the lessons, but got disengaged over time. We had a great relationship with the after-school coordinator, Susie Miller, and we also were able to form relationships with the students that kept coming back to Tech Club. For the future of the after-school program, I would say it needs a little bit more organization and to try to make the location that we teach in consistent and get a little more opinion on the grade levels that the teachers would like. I'd also say to be cautious on who you're sending to Tech Club because we did have a group of boys that together they were not the best, but individually they were great. So some confirmed beliefs I have on teaching were that children do need hands-on activities and it does help them learn better. And student-teacher relationships are also very important. I was also taught that age plus 5 would be their attention span, and that makes a lot of sense to me. Some changed beliefs for support from higher authorities. During our Tech Club experience, we had no communication with pretty much anyone from the school, from Hawthorne or MSU. Our observer, Marcy, did not get in contact with us until the last 2 weeks, and it made scheduling our observation very difficult as Hawthorne had parent-teacher conferences and Tech Club was rescheduled that week. But overall, I really enjoyed Tech Club. I wish it was more than once a week so I was able to form some better relationships with the students and the school faculty. Although we had some behavioral problems, the children were great and I wish I could continue.